Alright, y'all. So, if you've ever seen the Family Guy, you know what grinds my gears when Peter Griffin says this. Well, actually, friction is what causes gears to grind. So, there you go. First off, shout out to the 100%ers from Monday. This was in Yukon, Tracy, Terrell, Justin, Corey, Diamonds, Hakeem, Kalia, Evelyn, Terrian, Zari, Alavria, and Jordanay. In Alcorn, this was Paris, Sarah, Robert, Anaya, Crystal, Tamaj, Tanel, Derek, and Terriel. And in Richmond, this was Kanija, Nasir, Amaya, David, Raphael, and Glendale. So shout out to you guys. What are we doing today? We have a new essential question. Our essential question is, why do objects stop? Our lesson objective is we will analyze the force of friction, and our homework is to finish our packet. Note number 1, friction acts against an applied force. It slows down and stops an object. So if I have an applied force trying to move my mass one way to the right, I know friction is going to resist it and act to the left. Note 2, friction is greater on rough surfaces than on smooth surfaces. So I know that on a smooth surface there's going to be less friction, and on a rough surface there's going to be more friction. Note 3, the greater the surface area, the more friction will act on a substance. So I know that if my ball is trying to move right, if there is less distance, there's going to be less friction. But similarly, if it has to cover a greater distance, there's going to be more friction. Note 4. If there is not friction, then there is no force slowing something down, and the object will never stop. So let's take a look at a meteor in outer space. This is a good example. If my meteor is in outer space, there's no friction acting against the meteor. This is why meteors never stop, because there's no friction in space. Practice question number 1. Label friction on the free body diagram below. If I have an applied force going to my right, which direction is the force of friction acting? Practice question 2. If Anaya and Shamor are going to the airline skating rink, Anaya skates on the smooth floor while Shamor skates on the rough carpet. Which person has more friction and why? And which person has less friction and why? Practice question 3. If there's no friction, what would happen to the motion of Anaya and Shamor? Would they ever stop? Why or why not? Practice question 4. Diamond and Jonquil are trying to drag a bookshelf across the hall to Miss Little's room. They could choose to go the short way, which is 20 meters, or the long way, which is 120 meters. Which route will have more friction, and why? And practice question number 5. Diamond and Jonquil now have to move the bookshelf to the dumpster. They could choose 3 routes of equal length. The first route is through the smooth tile floor. The second route is through a rough carpet, and the third route is through the cement playground. Which route will take the most force, and why? And which route will take the least force, and why?